Okay, so now let's try to combine H, NC, and C all into one. So for, again, the growth rate of the dividends is what I want to start with. So in this point I want to say for year one it's going to be a little easier. If this is equal to C, then we have the terminal growth rate. If not, then the initial growth rate. That's because for C it's going to be the terminal, but for the other two, H or NC, it's going to be the initial. So I have that taken care of, and let's just double check. Go down here to C, that changes to 5. Okay, we're good with that. So now I need to have something here about the H model or NC. I have to make those choices. So we're going to have an if function. If this, and I'll lock that down, is equal to, in quotes, H. Well, if it's equal to H, we already know what to do with H model, right? So there's the entire H model right there. If it's not equal to H, then we have to make another choice. We have if, and then we give this test again. If this, lock that down, is equal to, quote, NC, and we know how to do that from before. So if this is a non-constant growth model, we have this if statement that says if the years are less than or equal to the years of initial growth, F4, comma, then we give that initial growth rate, lock that down, comma, if it's not, then give me the terminal growth rate, lock that down, close parenthesis, and comma. Now let's look. We have these nested if statements, and they can get kind of messy, but at this point we have an if statement. If this is not true, if it's not the H model, then I'm doing the NC model. If it's the NC model, I do this if statement, and that's going to give me what we have right here, comma, and if that's not true, if it's not H, it's not NC, then it's the terminal growth, lock that down, close the parenthesis, enter. Now copy this over, and let's check and see if that's going to be right. If we go to C, they're all 5%. If we go to NC, it's 20 and it drops down to 5. If we go to H, it's 20 and it slowly goes down. Then if you want to spend more time checking that you have this, that could be useful. But right now I want to go through the logic of this again. It could be the H model, the non-constant growth model, or the constant growth model. So first we say if it's H, what do you do? I have all this stuff right here. This is the logical test, and then if this is true, we do another logical test. The H model goes all the way to that comma, and then if it's not the H model, we say is it the NC model? If it's the NC model, we have this if statement right here that's going to show us what to do. If it's not the H model and not the NC model, it's a C model, and there we have it. So now I need to have the dividend and not the dividend growth rate. So that's going to be relatively easy. The dividend is going to be the dividend from the prior year times 1 plus the growth rate, enter. And here it's going to be the dividend from the prior year times 1 plus the growth rate, enter. Copy this across, and now we should have it. And I'm not going to worry about the terminal value and the present value. I will show you if you want to test to make sure this is working. You come up here and say this divided by the one before it minus 1. I'm going to copy this all the way across. I'm going to put this in percent format because I want to look at it, see if this is working for me. If this is C, then it should all be 5s. And it shouldn't matter by years. None of that should matter. I'm going to change this to 25 and 4. It's all 4%. It's all whatever my terminal growth rate is. If I change this to NC, what should happen? Initial growth rate out to year 4 drops down at year 5. We change that to year 5. Change it to year 6. Change it back to year 3. It all seems to work. Put this in at H, and we can see it goes from 25 down to 4. Change the number of years to 5. And you can see it goes down to 4 by 10. You can do all of those checks. So the important thing is you have this very complicated, long, cumbersome equation. You can't be typing this thing in from scratch. You have to build it up slowly to understand every little point of it. So that's it for all three combined.